What's going on, guys? Coach Scott King here, and today I want to talk about how to use AI in your business. And I figured I'd make this a little bit of a series because there's so many different types of AIs. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. Coach Scott King here. If you want to check out more of what I got to offer, make sure to visit the website over here, something like that. And I went to the DJ Expo recently, and I noticed there wasn't a whole bunch of like AI tutorials, and I was like, oh, what can I do about that? So let's just scroll in some of these different windows that I have, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I figured this would be pretty useful for you guys. So basically, when you're at a gig, you take all these different pictures, and then you want to schedule out, throughout the month of all the different types of events that you did, so that you can drip them out one at a time. And well, it works out best if you have your AI trained, right? So you can type as little as possible and then spit out 30 different posts and then have them drip out throughout the month. So what I did was we're going to train one right now. Let's see if we can go ahead and hop on Gemini real quick as far as the questions that you ask AI. So let's go ahead and get into this, right? And this will be a saved post, and every time that you have a social media post, you would just go to here, type in as little as possible. It will give you amazing content every time you go to post out something. And the AI here, is a great machine as long as it's geared towards the right path. And I've had a lot of trainings with a lot of different, copy coaches, and let's just see if we use some of the language that they have in order to, spruce up our post. And I figured I'd use a free AI so that we can, have something that everybody can do. I also have like a super high powered paid AI. If you want to know more about that, it's Ojoy, and well, we'll get into that later if you want. But basically, let's see if we can start from scratch here. Hi, Gemini. I was wondering if you can help me out. So what I need is a tab for every time that I have a social post for my DJ company, that I can give you a little bit of information, and you can give me some amazing content with hashtags and compelling information so that our new leads can see the events that we've done in the past and get them to want to know more information about us, or at least have some social proof of the different things that we've done with the business that we have. So with that in mind, we want to keep this compelling, exciting, informational, and something that you think that our leads would like to hear or see when they're looking through our social posts. Ask me some questions so that we can get clearer on this. We'll just start with that and send it. See what happens. All right, so now it's going to ask you a lot of questions. Hi there, I can definitely help you out with that. To get started, I need a little bit more information, right? Of course. And that's the thing a lot of people, I think, skip. They're not asking like for more information, or asking the AI to ask you questions so that they can get clearer on whatever the goal is, right? So what's the first question? What was the event? Where was it? What was the overall vibe of the theme? What made this event unique? What feeling or message do you want to convey with potential clients? So basically, I run a DJ company, and we do corporate events, we do weddings, we do school dances, and an array of other types of events that need music, private events. And basically, moving forward, I want to be able to give you either the name of the couple, maybe the venue, and be able to give me some amazing information that's SEO friendly, and along with some hashtags so that we can get some more views on our social feeds. Also, with that in mind, overall theme, it changes depending on what the event is. What made the event unique and special is that we have our top professional DJs and staff on the event, making memorable moments for our clients. And the feeling that I'd like to convey is excitement most of the time. Let's see if it understands a little bit better now. Sounds great. I understand your business and your goals and your media. And with this, we can go to the website, right? Because this AI reads websites. And I'll give that to it as well. And also, that's one of the websites. I got djsorlando.com. And then I just made a new website with Go High Level that is hosted on Go High Level, and all my automation is connected to it. So entorlando.com. We'll go to that website, and then it'll post up the one that I made in Go High Level, which I haven't, done a DNS, switch to have it point there. But you see, we got a pop-up window to collect information, which is something I was advising some other DJs to do earlier today. And then I'll say and then I put in the website domain so it can scroll it, right? See what it says. So it's going to spit out some information. So basically, I want this to be a tab that anytime that I come to you and want to do a array of posts throughout the month, that you'll be able to handle whatever I throw at you. What other questions do you have? Yeah, if you take a little time to set this up when you start doing your posts later, it'll just be easier. And what does it say? Event type, venue location, vibe, theme, highlight moment. It's asking me the same types of questions, which my other high-powered AI isn't asking these types of questions. But since we're using a free AI, we're just going to go with this. So basically, for our first project, I did a wedding for Ali and Chad over at the Oviedo Wedding Barn over the weekend, and we have a picture of our bridal party and guests on the dance floor, full, raising their hands up in the air with pink ponies while I was playing the song Pink Pony Club. Let's see what it says. So it's giving me an array of different, options to choose from, and you could choose from any one of these. I wanted to include some of the handles of the vendors that were involved, mainly the Wedding Oviedo Barn. So I am horrible at remember tags and handles and all this stuff, so I just go here and type in Oviedo Wedding Barn. Oops, if I click the right one, right? Home search Oviedo Wedding Barn. There we go. Pops that up, and then I'm just going to hit copy their handle, so when it does post, it will alert them, right? So I'm going to go over here and say, these are great. Make sure to include the Oviedo Wedding Barn handle on Instagram, and I'll leave that for you right here. So you hit the app button and then paste, and then you do this. Boom. All right, so now it's included inside of the post, right? And say, please make me a full post including the handle of the wedding barn. Please exclude the exclamation point because that won't help me when trying to tag on social media. There we go. I would also like a catchy title. Thank you. All right. Pink Ponies Dance Floor. So now that I have my post, we have some hashtags. And I can just copy this, right? Control copy. And then we're going to go to my Go High level, right? And make sure that I'm in King Entertainment Events. And then you go to Marketing. And then we're going to go to Social Planner. And then you can click the month. And then right here you can see I've already scheduled out the month of August. And we're going to go to the next month. And then we're going to sprinkle these in. I don't want the same event everywhere. So I'll put this one on the 11th. And then you can create whether you're doing a whole group of, like, so for videos, right? I have one for videos, which will do, you know, all my social media outlets, like a YouTube and TikTok. Or this one's just an image. I'm going to do just images. And that clicks, once you click that, and then I got my post, and I'm going to put that down there. And then we're going to get rid of this period at the end of Oviedo Wedding Barn because the software won't be able to tag the venue. And then now that we have our Facebook and Instagram already tagged, now let's just go to Canva really quick. This is an image that I had from the same wedding where we did a selfie, and I already did this with my other setup. So we have this image right here, the image I was talking about with the Pony Club. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. We're going to go back to here. Now, if you don't know the dimensions, 1280 by 720, you just... And then I always have my logo here. Now, remember, when it comes to logo recognition, it takes quite a while for someone to understand or recognize your brand, right? And then make sure they're talking to the right people and, you know, obviously get the right CTA, the call to action, so that they make sure to go to your website, which is another thing to keep in mind too. If you could do us a favor and make sure to link back to the website, www.djsorlando.com, for a CTA, thanks. So now every time that it posts, it'll make sure to go to the website, and then also have your title along with your hashtags. Sweet. And this is always fun to do. Apple A, Apple V, and then back to the period here that I didn't want, and then there you go. Sweet, done. And then back to our image here. Real simple. Just going to throw this over here, over the top of that one. And if you hit edit, do auto adjust, boom. There you go. And then if you hit alt and then the open brackets, it'll move a layer back, and then there you have that. Then we're just going to go file. Well, we'll name it first. Allie and Chad Pink Pony Club. I guess I could say full dance floor. Boom. And then we'll go file, download. So it saves your image. Right? Perfect. Give that a second to download. We'll go back to our Go High Level social post, and then since we had images, you click that, upload library, upload from our downloads folder, boom, hit the space bar, make sure we got the right one, boom, that's a banging image right there, open, give it a second to load, file select, insert file, and then there you have it. Amazing stuff right there. And then we already picked the day, and then I can pick the time. So to keep things simple, I mean, it'll give you suggested times to post it, but I always make it just 8 a.m. because I'm not too worried about it. Basically, for my social media, it's more like a backup, right? So once I reach out to somebody and they want to go ahead and search my social media, then they would go ahead and do that. I'm not looking to become viral or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and schedule that. And one side note, since I'm here with Go High Level, because it's so amazing, we're going to go to sites real quick. And then we're going to go to websites. We're going to go to that website that I was showing you that I haven't switched the domain yet. And then Oviedo Wedding Barn was like the last one that I made, last page that I made. So we're going to go to here to edit. And since, everything's always streamlined together, kind of, I just created a page and I was like, oh, I didn't have many images of, the Oviedo Wedding Barn, which is somewhere we're recommended to quite a bit. So I wanted to make sure that I had, show different events and stuff. So if you want to learn how to make a website with Go High Level where it's already hosted and then you can integrate your workflows, and I can't say enough about it, it's, hit the website, www.coachscottking.com. So we're going to insert that. Boom. And then I had one more image of the selfie because, I like those selfies. Boom, insert that. And then, as I do the next gig, I'll add some more photos. And then if I wanted to rearrange, the selfie with other images, or I'll take the Pink Pony Club and move it around. Boom, 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 and then move it over there. Boom. And that's just update SEO, save it, and then publish it. And then just like that, we did a social post, updated the website. And you can see here, you can host videos on there. You can put your images so people can see different events. And alrighty, guys, so there's one more thing I wanted to bring to your attention. So since we did the setup work, now when you move forward and start to make multiple posts or like a mass post and you just have one day and you're just going to spit out as many as you can or as many as possible, like you've already pretty much done the work. Now, when it comes to each individual post, there might be different hashtags, or there might be different people that you want to tag, like a different venue, or maybe you worked with a photographer, or sometimes I work with a wedding planner and they'll give me all of the handles of everybody that was at that event. And there's another thing as well. So let's say you had one of your DJs out there and you wanted to make sure to tag them, so future sales, they're like, oh, how do I get a hold of this person, or how do I see what their performance is like? Then they can go to the social media and see that everybody was tagged. And then, moving forward, the AI will remember every time you come back to it. So that's why it's important to have one tab that you can always go back to. Basically, that's it for the video today. Now, if you found that useful, drop me a line. Visit the website. Follow me on the YouTube channel. So many different things. Alrighty, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.